recording?
Are we recording?
Are we recording?
Hey, you already know what it is. It's the Our Recording Boys, and we are back with another NFL Week 8 overreaction, Week 9 prediction video. It's the young Rottweiler, Ethan Hamilton,
Bark, bark.
and I'm 007, Gage Sutton. We had a full slate, all 32 teams in action last week. We've got 30 teams playing in Week 9, so we got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it, so we don't waste any more time, waste any more of our precious viewers' time. But before we get into all of that, make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. Really helps us out, and if you are an NFL fan, it helps us get more NFL fans watching this content. So let's get right into it, man. Week 8 overreactions. What do you got for us this week?
First up, this week we got to see the return of Tua Tagovailoa with the Miami Dolphins, and they still lost, which is crazy to me because I remember last week's video we talked about how if Tua was playing, we'd pick them, and they definitely got upset. First game Tua was back, and I don't think he was awful. I just think Miami wasn't the greatest, and it leans into my first overreaction. I think Miami should tank the rest of the year. Tank the rest of the year, sit Tua, let him get healthy, let him really, really consider what he's about to do going forward. And I want to say rebuild this team, but you need something. Like this team in the last 3 years in the Mike McDaniels era has shown that they're not a winning team yet. Like they play an exciting brand of football, but as far as that translating into playoff wins, it hasn't really happened. So if I'm them, I say tank this year, get a really, really good couple draft picks that can hopefully help the toughness of the team, especially in the months of December and January. And then from there, move on to next season, because I think this season is cooked for the Dolphins.
That's a little bit early, I think, for me, just because of where their division is standing at. I mean, we saw the Jets win their third game, I guess, but that division, besides Buffalo, you can still kind of sneak in as a wild card because the rest of the AFC North has been disappointing with Cincinnati and Cleveland. You got the AFC South, which has been trash all season. I think there's still a chance for Miami, but like you're saying, I think them having those issues of being able to play late in the season are going to show up again. And right now they've got a bigger problem than Tua on the offense because Tua's back. He's healthy in the meantime, and hopefully he could stay healthy, knock on wood. But the defense is atrocious, man. Arizona was getting whatever they wanted on them last week. And this has been the case for weeks now. Even when the offense was anemic, the defense was still giving up so many points. So, yeah, you got Tua back. That's great. But you got to have a complete football team if you're going to want to win in this league. And the Dolphins don't have that right now. So I'm not mad at your take about tanking this season, but I just think it's a little early for, I think, the players to start doing that. They should be looking at a for sale sign at maybe some of these older players that they might need to get books off or get money off the books. And
I mean, I don't know. They try to do I would say they try to do that. They try to the past couple of years trading for guys like Bradley Chubb and so on and so forth. I just don't think that's working for them. Like you said, the defense has been trash, bro. It really, really has been. And the offense, especially with Tua not being there, they haven't been able to really use Tyreek and Waddle the way they wanted to. The run game's been okay, but I just really think they should tank, man. This year is not going to be anywhere close to their year. So I have no idea.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out, especially in that division and in the conference, because I think the Dolphins could have a chance, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. All right, E, but it's time to talk about my overreaction for this week, and it was going to be for what a lot of people thought was going to be the most exciting game, or the game of the week. It was the Washington Commanders versus the Chicago Bears. And my overreaction is that Matt Eberflus will not be the head coach of the Chicago Bears by year end. It has been just a horrible miscalculation of so much talent on your team. You got a defense that bailed him out last year, and now you've got Caleb and an offense that should be putting up points. We saw them do it the last couple of weeks, and when push came to shove this week, where were they? I really am asking, where were they? Because Caleb looked rough in the first half. He comes back in the second half. He's playing better, but then the coaches do nothing to help him with the play calling. A offensive lineman gets the handoff at the 1 yard line in the fourth quarter to get you up in that game. What
No,
is that?
it was a nasty play. It was such a nasty play call.
It's horrible, and that is coaching malpractice. He needs to be fired for this because there's so much potential. And the problem is now that you already brought Caleb in with this with this head coach. He's getting accustomed to his system just so Eberflus can be fired at the end of this season. And now you're making Caleb readjust again. And this is not easy for young quarterbacks, which is why I kind of want to give some praise to the Commanders, because not only did they pull out this win, but they're showing that it's better to have a new head coach with your new young quarterback so that there's nothing lingering from the past regime. And that's exactly what's happening with Chicago Bears.
They did it with Justin Fields. They did the same thing with Justin Fields.
Yep. They did the exact same thing with Nagy and Justin Fields. Yep.
They seem to not be learning their lesson. They've really, because I'm absolutely with you. Eberflus is not going to make it out this year. And if they do, if they keep him for this year, cool. More credit to them. And they go stick it out for next season too, just for Caleb's sake. So Caleb at least will know one system before he has to switch to another. But Eberflus isn't going to be the guy for the Bears. I already know already. I think we all know already that he's not really going to do anything different for them. And I think that's more to do with Ryan Poles. And it's like, all right, you got Caleb and you got all these weapons. But when it comes to front office hires, it hasn't been good at all.
At all. Shane Waldron has been a train wreck. And hold on, before I get people who are commenting in the YouTube comments or Instagram comments that you're only saying this because you're a Packers fan. I'm saying this as completely unbiasedly as possible. I love Caleb Williams. I want to see him succeed, even though he's a Bear. But just look at what's happening. As a fan of that team, you were watching the games every week. They had a chance to win that game. And then not even to mention what Stevenson was doing at the end of that game, dude, to give up that Hail Mary. That is
but I'm with him. Like, I'm all for talking nutty to the fans. I'm all for it. But brother, man, you can't do that and then be the guy
during the play.
You can't be the guy that does that and then tips it for the Hail Mary. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's benched for the first 2 drives of this week's game. I wouldn't be surprised. That's nuts. That's a nuts way to go out.
Yeah, and what's funny is they said that he was the one that was supposed to be boxing out Noah Brown, who caught the pass. So it's just instant karma. They deserved that, honestly, because it was just a horrible game plan. Not that Washington played amazing in that game, but they did what they needed to and ultimately pulled it out. So that's my overreaction for Week 8, E. And before we get into our predictions for Week 9, let's recap our predictions for Week 8, or at least the records. E, this is the first week I can say I kicked your ass.
Bro, my picks are terrible. I'm losing ground. I'm losing ground. I'm losing ground. The free fall.
All right. So a recap for last week. I went 13-3 with my only 3 losses being picking the Jets over the Patriots, the Dolphins over the Cardinals, and then I picked Baltimore over Cleveland, which I think those are a few of the ones that you missed as well. Just like those are kind of weird ones.
Yeah.
You would pick Cincinnati over Philly, so that's one where I got you. Where my Jalen Hurts agenda helped me.
Yeah, I'm sick about that game. I'm sick since he should have won that game too. There's BSing.
Yep, and then you also picked Dallas over San Francisco, which I kind of.
And Dallas could have. The thing is, Dallas could have won that game. Yep. If Dak wasn't selling, which he always sells, I should have known, bro. I had too much faith in Dak in San Francisco. I'm like, Dak against San Francisco is never good money. Never. They could have won. Shout out CD though. He saved my fantasy team that week. Oh my, I was getting chopped and screwed. I was trying to lose by 20, and that fourth quarter came, and him and Dak with a garbage time touchdown saved me so bad.
Hey, those garbage time touchdowns are what the internet say Dak Prescott's all he's good for. But
for this week, for sure.
Just to recap, 13-3 for me this week. Ethan was 9-7 this week. We're gonna put the season records up on the screen here in a sec. Or now?
Question mark? Yeah, they're up on the screen now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're on the screen now. But with that being said, it's time to see how our Week 9 predictions fare. And honestly, we are not off to a good start because we're recording this on Friday after Thursday Night Football, and the New York Jets beat the Houston Texans, and we both picked the Texans to beat the Jets. We should have known. It's a Thursday Night Football game. I feel like these are always a little crazy, not what we expect. So to see the Jets come out with a win here, I'm honestly not surprised, especially considering how banged up the Texans were.
Yeah. I think we're learning. We kind of know what the Texans are right now. Like last season, they had a really, really great season, right? But now this being their first season with expectations, they're handling it okay at best. I don't think CJ's regressed, but also don't think he's lit the world on fire. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Texans' offensive line absolutely stinks. Like it's really bad. It's one of the worst units in the NFL. And no matter the great pass catchers they have, like right now, Nico Collins is still hurt, right? Stephon Diggs is out for the year. And the O-line is trash. And Joe Mixon's been a good pickup. Joe Mixon's been good this year. But it's like every time CJ drops back, he's running for his life. And you saw that in this Jets game. Finally, the Jets came to play. What's his name? Devontae Adams. We were a week too early on that connection, but Garrett Wilson showed up to the party. That catch too, front faced it, caught it like that was nuts.
Crazy catch, man.
It was a great game for the Jets, but I think it was more bad Texans than good Jets, if anything. I think it really is. If I'm the Texans, they're lucky because the division is pretty bad, so they'll be all right. But I don't know. I'm kind of worried for that team, especially when it comes to competing with the likes of Kansas City and Baltimore. They're kind of slipping away. At least I think so.
Yeah, I agree too. I just think they have too many things working against them right now. Still a lot of season left to go. Maybe they could figure it out on the offensive line and get some guys healthy. But it's not looking great for the Texans. But you want to get started with the Sunday morning slate of games?
Oh yeah, I got you. This is gonna be our Week 9 predictions. We're gonna go through these. So we already got wrong the Texans over the Jets. The Jets end up winning 21-13. First noon game, we got the Saints at the Panthers.
Thinker.
I think it's gonna be a tough one. Bryce Young is back. The Saints do stink. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna go with the. I might be making the same mistake last week. I'm gonna go with Panthers. I think the Panthers is gonna be one of their few wins on the season. They're 1-7. Saints aren't that much better either. They're 2-6, and they haven't won a game in like 6 weeks, really. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers in this one.
Oh man, this is like I want to eat shit or eat a shit sandwich.
Basically with these teams.
Yeah, both of these franchises are in a rough spot. I'm gonna take the Saints though. I think Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave can make enough plays. The Panthers just lack playmakers in every.
They just got rid of Deontay Johnson too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Every phase of the field, man. They would get their asses handed to them by any college football team right now. And
see, you taking stuff too far. See, no, they wouldn't. Hey, cut the cap.
Bro, like Georgia would not kick the shit out of Carolina right now.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. These are grown men. You playing?
Come on,
you playing?
Dude.
All right,
Georgia's grown men too.
You're gonna run it. You're gonna run to one of these Panthers players. They go press you. I already know.
These Georgia football players. Okay, all right. I'm taking the Saints here.
I bet that. All right, next game. We got the Commanders at the Giants. I'm stuck because Commanders didn't look that good last week. They really didn't. But they're sitting at 6-2. In New York, I'm gonna go to Commanders. I'm like, my heart is telling I want the Giants to win. I think the Commanders win. I'm gonna go to Commanders. Even though the Giants had a chance to beat, it was last week. The Giants had a chance to beat the Steelers. They really did. They didn't play that bad. Daniel Jones and just Daniel Jones a little bit towards the end.
But that's kind of what I'm worried about here is that the Giants are going to put themselves in a position, but we saw Jaden Daniels take advantage of the Bears doing the same thing, just giving him even the slightest opportunity to come back and win that game. So I'll take Washington and feel pretty good about it.
I feel you. Okay, bet you got Washington. I'm gonna
Yep.
go, yeah, Washington. Next game, we have the Dolphins at the Bills. I think we're both in agreement here. Miami can never beat Buffalo in Buffalo. Give me Buffalo.
Yep. Taking the Bills here too. I'm not gonna
We got
think twice about it.
we got Chargers at Cleveland. I think this one's really a toss up. Chargers have been all right this season, 4-3. The Browns got a really, really good win that they needed with Jameis last weekend, and Jameis played pretty good. Played pretty good. Um, who Denzel Ward is not playing. He had another concussion. I think this is like according to Cox sources. I think this is he's like sixth concussion. So
Damn.
yeah, Denzel Ward is really like it sucks because I think he's one of the upper echelon corners in this league. But for him to keep going through these injuries,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers. I'm gonna go to Chargers. I think they get the road win. Even though James played well, he kind of had the new quarterback bounce.
Yeah. I don't know where to go here because the Browns did look better, but Jameis is still Jameis. Like he's solid, but he's still gonna make those mistakes, man. We know he's gonna throw some picks. I think the Chargers play good, clean football, and Justin Herbert's starting to find his rhythm. I'll take the Chargers here.
About that. Next game we got Patriots at Titans. Two mid balls. Even though the Patriots did beat the Jets last week with the upset. You're saying Drake may come back. I'm gonna go to Patriots. I'm gonna go to Patriots this week. But if the Titans don't win this one, oof.
Yeah, this is really tough.
I don't know if they want to win this one. They might just want to tank, to be honest. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
that's
Patriots.
it. This is an
I'm gonna
interesting
go,
situation.
I'm gonna go Patriots. I like the Patriots defense. Jacoby Brissett played good last week. I'm gonna go Patriots.
Okay, that's this is a tough one too because
It's a whole lot of mid.
yeah, a lot of mid, and like you said, the tanking implications. Um, I'll take the Titans at home.
Titans at home.
Yep.
Bet that. All right. Next up, I've got. Sorry. I got the Cowboys at the Falcons. Cowboys kind of disappointing game against the Niners where they had a chance. They were up at halftime. They had a chance to win. Kind of really imploded that third quarter. I'm not gonna lie to you. Donald Wilson really couldn't hold Kittle. Dak with a boneheaded pick on the sideline, trying to throw it to CD where he really should have just threw the underneath route to Jalen Brooks. I don't know because Atlanta's defense really sucks.
Yep.
And
That's what I
Dallas
was
is
thinking.
Dallas is getting Bland back this week, and they're getting back more likely than not Micah. I know I said Bland was coming back last week. I was bullshitting. That was Cox sources. But this time Bland got activated.
He's for real coming back this week, right?
Yeah. I'm going with the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys beat the Falcons.
Okay. Man, the last time I picked the Cowboys, it bit me in the ass, but I kind of feel good about it here just because, like you said, the Falcons' defense is so bad that every game they're in is a track meet.
And if they can't get pressure on the quarterback, if Dallas can't get the pressure on the quarterback this week,
yeah, that's fair.
Like Atlanta's online isn't even that good. Like,
yeah. I mean, they just gotta pressure Kirk.
Yeah, but they really just got to speed up Kirk and make sure to throw somebody not named Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts played really, really good this past week. Like I said, I do like Dallas in this spot. I like Dallas in this spot. They play better on the road than they do at home anyway. So
I hate to do it. I guess I'll take Dallas here. It really does suck, but I'll take Dallas. Let's see if they can avenge me for picking them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with we got the Raiders at the Bengals. Raiders got beat up last week by the Chiefs. Bengals also close one to Philly at home. I think the Bengals are gonna want revenge and want to take it out on somebody else. And what better team to take it out on than a team like the Vegas Raiders? I'm gonna go to Bengals.
Yeah, I'm taking Cincy here too. Not too much to think about.
We got Broncos at Ravens. Broncos great defense. Sitting at 5-3, just like the Ravens. Ravens really shit the fucking bed against the Browns. Like that secondary is horrendous. That it really is. Even before all the injuries, like I don't care what nobody says. Marlon Humphrey is so overrated. I don't care what nobody says. Kyle Hamilton is pretty decent himself, but he had a drop interception. Like that secondary is just getting torched recently. I just don't know if Bo Nix is the guy to be able to do it in Baltimore. I'm gonna go to Ravens.
Yeah, I think you laid it out perfectly. Just don't think Bo Nix is at that level of quarterback yet to even beat this. I think mediocre is fair to say. Defense of the Baltimore Ravens. They're just gonna have a hard time keeping up with that offense, no matter how good that defense is. I'll take the Ravens here.
Ravens. And then we got Bears at Cardinals, the first 3:00 game. Oh, in Arizona. I'm gonna pick the Cardinals. I like the Bears last week. They blew it. They should have very much well win that game. The Cardinals beat Miami to his first game back. The thing with the Cardinals, they're so hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
But this week at home, I'm gonna trust that run game. Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals. I could very easily see the Bears winning.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. The only thing that scares me is Call of Duty came out this week, and I don't know if it's double XP weekend, but
yeah, I'm with you.
We'll have to keep that in mind. I'm taking the Cardinals, though.
You taking the Cardinals?
Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals.
Damn, I'm trying to get you to take some different ones so that you can I can catch it.
I'm taking a few different ones. I took Tennessee.
Yeah, because like I said, the past few weeks I've been sleeping a little bit on my picks, especially last week. I shit the bed last week on my picks. Oh, do you think Tariq Stevenson? How many drives do you think he gets benched for this game? He got to get benched in this game, right?
I don't even know, dude. Like, can the Bears afford to bench him?
That you do have a case right there. I think probably for a drive or two. Probably for a drive or two. All right, next one we got Jags at Philly. I think it's an easy win for Philly. Christian Kirk is out for the year, I think, with a broken collarbone. So another one less weapon for Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, I think Philly wins this game. I really think they do. Because I heard Philly's trying to make a move for Budda Baker, it looks like.
That'd be crazy.
I think he work on that team. They need safety help. Even though what's his name? Or Cooper DeJean has been. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Cooper DeJean has played really, really well for Philly this year.
It's the year of the white corners, man. Because Riley Moss in Denver has been hooping too. So
weren't you a white corner in high school?
I did not play defense, bro.
Oh,
I did not play.
Oh no, you're a wide receiver. That's right.
I play wide receiver. Yeah. No, I did not play defense. So.
Yeah.
But this is a tough game though, because I feel like these are the games that Philly loses sometimes. I think you can kind of.
It's a trap game.
Yeah, a little bit, just because Jacksonville isn't playing very good ball right now. But they still got Trevor. Brian Thomas Jr. can still make some plays. I'm gonna go with the Eagles just based off of what I saw last week, but I could see the Jags definitely steal
a
game away. Yeah,
I just don't see how they're gonna do it. Like I really don't. Like Doug Peterson's probably gonna get fired at the end of the year. I know we say that like every other week.
Yeah, how has he not been fired? That's the real conversation.
All right, next game up, we got 3:00 game. We got Rams at Seattle. Seattle's been bad, bro. They've just been really like bad the past couple of weeks. Geno didn't play a good game at all last week. Rams get their star wide receivers back. I think the Rams win. That's my pick this week. I think the Rams win. I'm excited to see that matchup against Witherspoon and Woolen though, with Puka and Cooper Kupp. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it should be fun too. It's a division matchup. I'm not really sure where to go here because I like what the Rams have been doing. Seahawks need to win bad after that really, really bad loss.
They got stomped out by the Buffalo Bills, bro.
Yeah. And they were at home too, dude. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take the Rams here with you too, just on the road. I think they're starting to get on a roll. I'll take the Rams.
A little more consistent for sure, especially with the division up for the taking. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Next up, we got the Lions at Yo Pack. 6-1, 6-2. How you feeling about it? It's your team. Talk to me about your team. How you feeling about it?
I wanted to see where you were going to go first, but I'm riding with my boys. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers at home. Last time they played Detroit last week, I think the last 3 times Detroit's 2-1, but the last time we played them, second game of last season, we beat the brakes off them, and we only got better this offseason. Our defense is playing really, really good. So I like the Packers this week.
Yeah, I think y'all got a good shot. I think it all depends is Jordan Love going to turn the ball over or not, to be honest.
Yeah, let's see if his Halloween costume is Brett Favre.
Yeah. Yeah. Because y'all been on a roll. I mean, y'all won the last 4 games y'all played in close games too. You beat the Rams. They blew out the Cardinals. Won a tight one with Houston. Same thing with Jacksonville. I was worried that Jacksonville game, though. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I was worried that Jacksonville game, boy. I was like, ain't no way y'all gonna lose because Jordan Love did not play good. Josh Jacobs carried y'all.
Yeah.
For sure that game.
Detroit needs to get punched in the mouth, though, and I think especially like the way they've been winning the last couple of weeks, they need to get punched in the mouth by a good team. I think Green Bay is the team that can do it.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm gonna go with the Lions though. I do think they get this win.
All right.
Away from home. And plus I fucking hate y'all, so you're not gonna see me root for y'all right now.
Hey,
I gotta be honest. We gotta start with some hate.
Hey, you know what? I respect it. I do really think the Lions are a good team. It should be a very, very fun game. This is one of the games I'm most looking forward to, obviously, just as a Packers fan, but as a football fan, it should be a very exciting matchup. And shout out to the Packers because next week they have a bye, so there's no Honolulu flu from playing the Lions, even if you lose. All right, guys?
All right, bet. Next up, we finna have Sunday Night Football. We got Colts at the Vikings. The Vikings been kind of, I don't want to say meh, but they kind of slowed down a little bit. Got smoked by the Rams. They lost by 10, but they weren't really in the game like that. Especially in the second half. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I don't think the Colts are good. I think benching Anthony Richardson was the right move. Because he just looked. I could tell he lost the respect of a lot of his teammates for tapping out the way that he did. And then for in the post-game press conference, just being like, yeah, I was just tired, man, like laughing, giggling about it. Like I could tell, like, especially from the way other NFL veterans have spoke about situations like that, you could tell his team wasn't really rocking with it. And last week I was telling you that I think Anthony Richardson needs more and more reps. Like he really should have stayed at Florida. But if he Shane Steichen, right, the coach of the Colts, he seems that he lost his respect too. Like I think it's going to take a minute before we see Anthony Richardson take the field. And I don't really think they should force Flacco to play because, to be honest, the Colts ain't really trying to win a Super Bowl with the roster they have at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But obviously they're like, fuck it, let's do it. We feel like with our defense and if Flacco plays competent, he'll be able to bring guys like Pittman and Alec Pierce into the game, which Anthony Richardson hasn't been able to. Maybe we can start winning more games. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings on that. Even though I do think the Colts are gonna make it somewhat competitive.
All right, see, I'm gonna go with the Colts because I actually think that they're a solid football team. I know the Texans are all banged up, but last week they were literally a few Anthony Richardson horrible plays away from winning that game, and now you're bringing in the more composed veteran Joe Flacco to do the job. I think he could do it against Minnesota, especially with the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks. I think Sam Darnold is turning into a pumpkin and fitting for the season we're in. But, yeah, I'll take the Colts here, Sunday Night Football.
Bet. Monday Night Football, last game of the week. We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bucs really didn't play that well the last week against the Falcons. Made it closer than I think a lot of people thought, but Baker and those turnovers, boy, they adding up. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I really think that Chiefs defense is gonna have Baker Mayfield seeing ghosts, and I'm excited to see how well DeAndre Hopkins does again. It's gonna be a second week with them. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a lot more snap share this week. So give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough for all the NFL fans who hate the Kansas City Chiefs because their schedule is pretty easy from here on. After this Buccaneers game, they got their division matchups. The only really notable game that I would say they're maybe not favored in is the Buffalo game. But besides that, all of these games are winnable for them. So if someone's going to beat them, now would be the time to do it.
I don't think so.
Baker's been playing.
Baker's been selling, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
He has been selling.
He's been selling, bro.
I mean, to be fair, he's out there without a lot of help. Mike Evans and Godwin,
but some of the plays are boneheaded in INTs, boy. Some of the plays, bro. Come on, we got to keep it a buck. We got to, but him tush.
I guess I'll have to tell you on the Chiefs too. I mean, every week I pick them.
In my team, I pick up my team.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's on my team.
Well, luckily I don't hate your team, so I don't have any kind of agenda against picking against them. Yeah, but I'll take the Chiefs against the Bucs.
Bet that. Well, that's going to be our Week 9 NFL predictions. Again, we're going to have our score from all the weeks leading up to it, so you guys can see who's leading the race right now. I'm still up a couple games on Gage, even though he's making ground, so I got to lock in this week for real.
Yeah, we'll see how these predictions turn out next week, man. But another great episode. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. Before y'all go, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on all of our socials, and if you like the video, make sure to share it with a loved one. Share it with your lover.
A friend. Share it with your friend's lover.
Your grandma's
boyfriend?
Goldfish.
Yeah. Oh. Something like that. Grandma's boyfriend? Grandma got a new boyfriend. Grandma's got a boyfriend.
Grandma's got a new boyfriend. All right, that's how we're recording. This is our recording podcast where we talk about your grandma's new boyfriend. Thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next time.
Peace.